Welcome back to Chasing Dreams Homestead. So today, since I've got to split all that firewood and we cut firewood today, we thought it would be a good night to go ahead and do the video for our fire starter. This is a simple, cheap, and clean fire starter that we use around our homestead. My oldest son Dylan is off visiting his grandparents. He is generally the one that has to start the fire in the morning. That's one of his chores. But since he's not here, Genesis is going to help me demonstrate our fire starter for y'all. If you haven't already checked it out, get on over to our Facebook group, Chasing Dreams Homestead. It's an amazing group. We've got tons of awesome dreamers. But here we go. Genesis, why don't you show them the materials that they will need for our fire starter?
Okay, so here are the supplies you're going to need for our simple, easy fire starter. Okay, so first you're going to need cotton balls, depending on how often...
Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
Depending on how often you start a fire, varies how many cotton balls you need. And then you're going to need a lighter.
Rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol, I knew that. And then you're going to need just any old mason jar that'll fit however many cotton balls you got, and a lid and ring.
It is canning season, so if you don't want to use one of your mason jars and use up your stock of jars, you can always use any jar, like a pickle jar or anything that has a lid that'll hold the alcohol in. Tennessee apparently wanted a cameo. That's our old cat, and you'll have to forgive us for his tail flashing by the camera. But what we do is we start with a jar. I'll get the alcohol open while she starts stuffing the jar. So you're going to want to stuff this jar as full as possible so that you get as many potential fire starters as you can in there. Now, generally it doesn't take more than one or two of these cotton balls to get our fire going. Go ahead. Nope. But it depends on, I guess, your fire making skills. We have plenty of kindling and we keep our wood pretty dry so it lights easily. Again, these are just cheap and easy to use, easy to make. It's not going to break the bank, and it's a clean burning fire starter, unlike a lot of the other little fire starter logs and whatnot. Those are loaded up with all kinds of chemicals and whatnot that soot up your chimney. This won't do that. All right, so she's got it pretty full of cotton balls.
Yep.
So now she's going to add the alcohol, and the alcohol does take a while to get in there because it's going to absorb in all of these cotton balls. So she'll fill it up and then she'll wait, and you can't see it on the camera, but it's seriously shrinking right back down to the bottom. Each cotton ball is going to be thoroughly saturated with the rubbing alcohol, and we all know how flammable rubbing alcohol is. That's what makes this work so well.
Yep.
Again, she just poured a ton in, and it's sinking down. Since you stuck your finger in there, you're not going to be the one to light it to demonstrate.
We're going to add as many cotton balls as possible.
She's going to keep adding cotton balls because we're utilizing the jar, so why not get as much in it as we can? I mean, it's canning season, y'all. Who wants to use a jar up? I tried to find a pickle jar for this class, but I think somebody may have tossed them out when she cleaned the kitchen.
Unless you can fill it about like to the top with cotton balls.
But since we're using this for a fire starter, I'm using an old used lid. I'm not using a brand new one, and a ring that got a little bit rusty over the years. So I'm not using brand new material because we don't want to waste that.
I think it's pretty cool.
You're getting there. You'll be surprised at how many cotton balls and how much rubbing alcohol you can fit in a quart mason jar. And this, I think that bag had 200 cotton balls in it.
Yeah, and we used way over half of the bag.
So she's got potentially over 100 fire starters in this jar for us.
Go ahead and try my one.
No, I'm going to let you keep filling it up. All right, y'all. So we're going to let that bubble down for a moment. But what we would like to ask you to do is, if you like what we're doing, like and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about us. We're just getting started out, so bear with us. We'll get better as time goes on. All right, I think she's got our fire starter ready. Go ahead and put one on there.
I don't get the lighter though.
No.
Because I'm flammable.
Flammable? Yes, you are. And she's driving the lighter. I think she's got stage fright.
No.
All right, guys. So we're going to demonstrate how well this works for you as well. That easy. So you can imagine if you have this sitting under a pile of dry kindling, how easily it would light that fire for you. And it will burn for quite a while. So as long as you don't smother that out with your wood, stacking your wood too tight, you always want to leave a little bit of space for airflow in the wood so that it can get caught, the fire can get caught. And then once you get a good fire base established, then you can start layering it a little bit thicker. Especially with the wood stove, you want to get that bad boy as full as possible before bed. You don't want to wake up with cold toes. I mean, look at this, guys. It's still burning. Burning strong, too.
Got a good while to go.
That's right. So that's our fire starter class for y'all, and we just wanted to share this with you. We've done this before in our Homestead group on Facebook, but we've recently gotten a lot of new members. So there's plenty of members that haven't gotten to see it. So even though this is an oldie but goodie, it's going to be new for a lot of folks. But that's it for today. And as we like to say around here, keep dreaming.